Inspired fragrances, clones essentially. Sometimes you really want that super luxurious, expensive, high quality fragrance, but whether it be current finances or just not being able to fathom spending that kind of money on a fragrance, I get it. There's ways to smell like that fragrance. In this video, I'm bringing you 7 fragrances that are very high quality smelling for a fraction of the cost of their much more expensive original counterparts. So stay tuned. Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait just happens to be my favorite rendition of Baccarat Rouge 540. I do like the EDP. It's a fantastic fragrance, but I like the Extrait just a little bit better. It's a little bit sweeter, a little bit more dense and robust, if you will. And for the longest time, SAMY ANDRAUS Red Sapphire was the one to beat for me until I got this fragrance, and that's HARAMAIN Amber Oud Rouge. The glass is even colored the same to match. This just smells a tad bit better and lasts a little bit longer on my skin. Just a delightful scent. Not super expensive, $40-ish range. You can get your hands on a 100 ml bottle like this. Performance is not an issue. Performs in the realm of what the original Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait performs, which is monstrous. That still performs a little better than this. The original is a monstrous performer based on my experience of being around others that have worn it and testing it a few times myself. But this comes pretty close, and it's far cheaper than even getting a decant. Really, for the price of a decant of the real deal, the original, you can get a full bottle of this. And it smells very close. The quality of the oils that HARAMAIN uses is what impresses me. While still clone level type of stuff, it's more towards the higher level of clone level oils, the higher quality end, if you will, of clone level oils. Nothing synthetic about this, nothing off-putting or a little strange about it. Smells clean, smells as natural as it can be based on the quality of these oils. And like I said, performance is no slouch. And then for me, this is the one I would recommend if you're looking for Baccarat Rouge 540, especially the Extrait. It's HARAMAIN Amber Oud Rouge. Now, no secret, I'm a big fan of Roger Parfum's Danger Pour Homme. I have smelled it. I do not have a bottle. Hopefully one day I will, but for the time being, when I'm in the mood to wear Danger Pour Homme, this will suffice. It's a fantastic version at a fraction of the cost. It's from Alexandria Fragrances. It's called Danger Zone, aptly. Now, I have only worn this like 2 times actually, because not all the time I'm in the mood for danger. I do actually have a bottle of Danger Parfum Cologne, the lighter, fresher version of Danger from Roger Parfums. So most of the time when I'm looking for danger, I have the lighter Parfum Cologne version. I have a full bottle. But when you just want that extra dense herbaceousness that the original has, Danger Zone does a great job of replicating the scent very well. While not on the level of quality of the original Roger Parfums Danger Pour Homme, obviously, for being a clone, it's a fantastic clone of it, to say the least, really. I really like what they did here. I was not really blown away, but I was definitely taken back the first time I smelled this because it's so accurate to the scent profile. Like I said, not on the same quality level, but as far as performance and scent profile, Alexandria Fragrances nailed it with this one, at least in my opinion. I haven't tried a ton of Danger clones, but this is definitely the best one I've ever tried. It happens to be the one that's the choice for me. It's the one I would recommend to you if you're looking to get something that's going to smell pretty much spot on with the scent profile and give you similar level performance, which it's damn near nuclear performance for Roger Parfum's Danger Pour Homme. This gets pretty close. Definitely a 10+ hour fragrance on my skin, and very loud for several hours. Beyond arm's length type of stuff for a solid 3+ hours. Depending on your skin, it'll vary, obviously, but a great pickup if you're looking for Roger Parfum's Danger Pour Homme on a budget. You just can't spend the money on the real deal, and you need to go a cheaper route. This is definitely the way to go, in my opinion. This is the one I would suggest. Alexandria Danger zone. Now this is the only fragrance here that I haven't tried the original or don't own the original. But the actual clone is so good. It's the highest quality oils of the fragrances featured in this video. It's from Niche for All. It's called Sea Mint. It is a clone of Fragrance du Bois London Oud. I have not tried the original. And considering just how freaking good this is, I'm sure the original is amazing. Because one of the beauties of Niche for All, it's in the name, is they use the highest quality oils that they can source. Obviously, it's not going to be the exact same quality. This is an assumption here, obviously. Not the exact same quality of what Fragrance du Bois may be using. But I'll tell you what, in the air you won't tell a difference in the quality on this. Like I said, of what's in this video, definitely the highest quality oils featured here today. This is amazing. It's very aquatic. It's a little medicinal, but not much. The peppermint that's in here is really what makes this thing shine. It's a more medicinal oud and it kind of turns into a warm wood in the deep dry down, but it's mostly those C notes with that peppermint that just punch me in the face, right in the nose, right off first spray. Hangs out for a very long time. It does not drastically change. It's pretty linear for the most part, but what you get is an incredible scent. Perfect for the warm weather, strong enough and long lasting enough for sure. If you want something super fresh in the cold weather, I have a feeling this will do very well in the winter also, because there's enough warm wood action going on in the dry down that, you know, this will just add a different level of cooling freshness in the winter. I think I will try this once it cools down again, because I've only recently got this in the last few months, and I've worn it a few times, and it never ceases to amaze me. Niche for All does fantastic work. Pineapple Oak, kind of a Hasselblad meets a Ventus type of hybrid, if you will. Also fantastic quality. Everything I've tried from them so far has been great, but if I would recommend just one to you, Sea Mint is all the hype coming from them, and if you want to try something, this one is the must try in my opinion. It's just delightful. Again, that's Niche for All. This is Sea Mint, a clone of Fragrance du Bois London Oud. Now, I have a bottle of the original. I have a bottle of the exclusive, well, a 30 ml decant of the exclusive version, and there's a lot of great clones out there for Parfums de Marly Layton. There really is. Royal Equestrian, one of my favorites from Alexandria Fragrances. But honestly, I like the slightly fresher take that's available in this particular one called Uncle Jumbo from Strike Gold Shave. That's right, an artisan shaving company. You may not have seen that coming, but it's really good. It has that beast mode, outrageous nuclear performance that you come to expect from most Layton clones. Most Layton clones outperform actual Layton for the most part. Sometimes they don't quite come up to par on the performance, but this one, 12 plus hours, super loud for several hours. And this one in the opening is a little bit fresher, not quite as sweet, still has the spice, but as it starts to calm down, it becomes that super spicy sweet. The menthol, geranium menthol type of smell that Layton's known for in the opening is not as heavy. It's more fresher mintiness than that heavy, dense, like Vicks Vapor Rub type of menthol. If you've smelled Layton, you know what I'm talking about. This one's just really good. You're not going to spend a ton of money. You're going to get a 60 ml bottle. Most of these clones come in 30 ml to 55 ml. Sometimes you can get 100 ml depending on which company. But it's well-rounded. What you're going to pay for like a 30 ml at some of these places is what you'll pay here. I forgot the exact price on Uncle Jumbo, but it's the one I would suggest if you're looking for a great Layton clone that in the heart and dry down is almost spot on, but the opening's just a little bit fresher. Whereas with Royal Equestrian, it's a bit spicier than actual Layton. It's a spicier take on Layton. This is a slightly fresher take on Layton, which I think is delightful. So get your hands on a sample, something, whatever, or give it a try. There's shaving products to go along with it. That's the best part for Uncle Jumbo with Strike Gold Shave. You can get a shave soap, aftershave splash, when in stock. Makes for a great shave for sure. My suggestion to you for Parfums de Marly Layton, Uncle Jumbo from Strike Gold Shave. Now, I did just start doing some test sprays with this one. I just got it yesterday in the mail. So I have not had this one long. So this is based off of my first impressions and the 2 sprays that I've sprayed on my skin so far, because I do have Rouge Parfums Oligarch. And it's wonderful. I haven't spent a ton of time with it yet. That's relatively new to me as well. I now have what I feel is a fantastic version of it if you're on a budget, from my buddy Michael Dinsmore, Making Sense. You may have heard of him. This is TYCOON. Definitely a much cheaper route to go than getting Oligarch. I can assure you. It has that freshness, has the green attributes, very refined, has that fresh spice to it. All the characteristics of the original Oligarch is here in TYCOON, while still maintaining the level of performance. Again, not the same quality as the oils that Raja Doves uses, but the scent profile is nailed down. In my opinion, Dinsmore did great with nailing down the scent profile, because I feel when it comes to clones, that's usually the most important thing. I know some will say, oh, it's all about performance. I get that. You guys swear by performance for the most part, but I feel like the scent profile is number one most important. If you can get almost 1-to-1 with the scent profile, you're doing something really well. I mean, essentially, you're trying to make that fragrance on a budget, essentially. And this is Oligarch on a budget. It really is. I think it's 25 bucks for these 17 mLs that Mike uses. It's a great price. You're going to get a lot of performance out of it. You don't need a ton of sprays. This is one of those 4 to 5 spray type of fragrances. It will last you all day based on the test sprays I've been doing so far. Like I'm telling you, it's really, really good. It's a great freshie that dresses up very well, because it's a refined gentleman type of fresh fragrance, because it's not super fresh. It's not some light blue, freshy, ambroxan type of thing. It's a refined gentleman fougere style freshie. Light fougere is the way I would put it, because there's a lot of citruses up top, and there's a lot of fresh greens here with some more dense components in the dry down woods and stuff like that to really round it out. And like I said, Michael Dinsmore did a fantastic job on this one, and this is the way I would suggest you go if you're looking for a great clone of Rouge Parfums Oligarch. It's called Making Sense TYCOON. Look, there's a lot of great ways to smell like Elysium out there. There is. My favorite still, hands down, is Sammy Andrus Fragrances. This is Blue Sapphire. This is probably my favorite clone in my collection. More inspired than clone, not direct, because it's more of a citrus aromatic than an aromatic fougere, because Elysium is an aromatic fougere. This takes away some of the herbaceous qualities of it, a lot of the green and greenery and herbs that are in there, leaves the citruses, some artemisia, labdanum, and leather, which labdanum can give a very leathery type of smell on its own. Even without the leather, you can have a leather type of smell with labdanum, depending on the labdanum used. Man, I gotta spray it again. I have a few bottles of this. I love this stuff. It's a beast in performance. It's much more metallic, I find, than the original Elysium, but it's amazing in its own right. You guys that have been watching me for a while, you've heard me talk about this one before. I mean, you see I wear the damn thing. I have 2 other bottles like this because I want to make sure I have it, because I actually wear this more than Elysium. I have Elysium Parfum Cologne, and I wear this one more. This one performs a bit better on my skin, and it just, I don't know, the way the scent profile changed, that little bit of tweaking that Sammy did to kind of make it his own, I just like it. I really dig this one. This is always what I suggest. Yes, Zion from Alexandria Fragrances is another fantastic route to go, but I find this performs a bit better and smells a little bit better, to be completely honest with you, and the quality of the oils is definitely there. For what it is, it's not Rouge Parfums level, once again, with quality, but Sammy did a damn good job in my opinion. This is the one I would suggest if you're looking for Elysium. That's Blue Sapphire from Sammy Andrus Fragrances. Okay, so Aventus. Gotta have Aventus somewhere, right? So the safe answer, if you don't mind synthetic, is Club de Nuit Intense Man. But we're not talking about synthetic. We're talking about smell expensive, okay? I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to title this, but it's going to be something relating to smelling expensive on a budget, because that doesn't smell expensive. It's very synthetic. So there's tons, hundreds and hundreds of ways to smell like Aventus. But I find the smoothest way of what I have that's very, very affordable is from Sensual Obsessions, and it's called King of Kings. So I've had a 30 ml of it, and I have this bigger bottle as well. Don't wear it all the time because I have so many ways to smell like Aventus. But when I want something that's really, really pineapple dominant, man, King of Kings is the most pineapple dominant way that I have to smell like Aventus. This stuff's great. It lasts all frickin' day. It does wear a little heavy because of the oil concentration. You saw that big massive spray I just put in the air. You don't need many. 2 or 3 of those, you got a lot of juice on you and you're good for your day. And like I said, it's mega pineapple. It's a clone of 13ZZ01, one of the older style mega pineapple heavy batches of Aventus. And I mean, it even looks like pineapple oil. It's yellow, you know. Super pineapple, mega fruity, not overly smoky. Obviously, the smoke's toned back quite a bit on the birch that's used in here, and it's heavy on the fruity pineappleness. I get a little bit of bergamot and apple, but it's mostly dominated by pineapple. And if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for a smooth pineapple heavy version of Aventus, you don't want to spend God knows how much money on the 13ZZ01 batch. I'm sure $1,000+ People get crazy when it comes to these older Grail batches of Aventus for a whole lot less, a minimal fraction of what one of those bottles will cost you. Hell, even one of those decants. I would suggest getting your hands on King of Kings from Sensual Obsessions. So that's the 7 I wanted to discuss with you today. Until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. I know not everybody's a fan of clones. I get that. But there's a market for everything with everyone, and for some people, this makes the most sense. You know, some people want to get a diverse collection without spending a bunch of money, even though the originals are 100% the way to go. They really are. The quality is not going to be the same for these versus the originals. They're just not going to be. The originals are always going to be better. My opinion, of course. But in the same vein, if you want to smell like these expensive fragrances on a budget, for me, these 7 are some of the best routes to go. These are my personal favorites for each fragrance that we discussed, that they smell like, that I would recommend to you. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of the 7 clones we discussed today and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.